from the heart of Philly, this is CBS News Philadelphia. Vice President Kamala Harris is on the verge of announcing her running mate, and we're waiting to see if Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro will get the call. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the news at 7, streaming on CBS News Philadelphia and on Philly 57. I'm Jim Donovan.
And I'm Janelle Burrell. Lots to get to, including our forecast, because it is a next weather alert day. We're going to start things off with meteorologist Kate Bilo live in our next weather virtual studio with the details on this weather alert day. Hey, Kate.
Hey, Janelle and Jim. Yeah, we've got 3 next weather alert days in the 7-day forecast. The first one is today. Let's talk about what's causing all of this weather. We'll start out with our next weather alert today into tomorrow. And it's a cold front that's moving through this evening, bringing 1 to 3 inches of rain to parts of the area, a flood threat, as well as some damaging storms later this evening. High confidence that this is taking place later on today. And then we've got Friday into Saturday, and that's when rain from what is now Tropical Storm Debbie gets lifted north along the eastern seaboard. We're looking at several rounds of heavy rain and flooding. As much as 2 or 3 inches of rain is possible in spots. Also damaging winds and strong storms. Confidence is medium. This will happen, but the timing and the exact axis really of the heaviest rain is what we're still watching and determining as we go through the week. Clouds and radar showing the first threat, though. This is the cold front that will be moving through later this evening. Out ahead of it, it's hot and it's very humid. Temperatures getting to the low 90s, feeling like the triple digits at times. And it's so humid that storms have a lot of moisture to draw from. So it looks like it's going to take its time getting in. A few scattered storm chances mid to late afternoon, but it's this line right here that comes through basically this evening into tonight that will bring the risk for heavy downpours and possibly even some flooding. In fact, take a look. We have a flood watch in effect for the vast majority of our area. I'm going to pull this up on our map here, and you can see these areas shaded in green. These are the areas that are under a flood watch. Later this afternoon, starts at 2 p.m. and goes through noon on Wednesday for heavy downpours with any storm that does fire up. Coming up, more on the threat from Debbie. But for now, Jim and Janelle, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Kate. Vice President Kamala Harris will announce her running mate later this morning.
And as we've been reporting, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro is among those on her short list. And now, after days of speculation, today we will finally find out if he is in fact her pick.
Our Ross DiMattei is live at Temple's Liacouras Center, where Harris and her soon-to-be-named running mate will hold their first rally later today. Hey, Ross.
Hey, good morning, Jim and Janelle. Let's start with the big news from overnight. Vice President Kamala Harris becoming the official nominee for the official presidential nominee for the Democratic Party after securing 99% of the delegate votes. She now becomes the first woman of color to lead a major presidential ticket in the United States history. So part of today's rally is going to be celebrating just that. The other part is going to be celebrating her newly appointed vice presidential nominee. We're all just waiting to find out who that person is. So here's the latest of what we know. According to CBS News, Harris herself met with 3 top contenders over the weekend. They are Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. According to a source, though, Harris is also conducting formal interviews with candidates who have not been confirmed in the media, both in person and virtually. So, in theory, it could be someone other than those 3. But let me focus on Josh Shapiro for just 1 second. He is really popular here in the state of Pennsylvania amongst Democrats. We know that. But he also has pretty high favorability numbers relatively for a Democrat amongst moderates, even Trump voters as well. We spoke with a political science professor who says that Josh Shapiro could be the difference in securing this swing state in November, along with its crucial 19 electoral college votes.
Difficult to imagine really any campaign, particularly the Democratic campaign, from being victorious nationwide without winning Pennsylvania, which might make the difference in a very close election. 1 or 2 points is still a million votes.
And that could make all the difference. Now, we are expecting a large turnout for today's vice presidential announcement. We spoke with the vice president of public safety here at Temple, and she wants to assure everyone who's attending today that they should feel safe, knowing the Liacouras Center has hosted a lot of events like this one in the past, and they're also going to have help from the Secret Service today as well. Republicans will also have a presence in the city of Philadelphia today. GOP VP nominee JD Vance is set to host a press conference in South Philadelphia, where he's expected to talk about issues like immigration and the economy, amongst amongst others. Feels like their way of trying to steal some of the thunder from the Democrats on their big day as we eagerly await who will be their pick for the vice presidential nominee. Jim and Janelle, back to you.
All right, all eyes on Philly tonight, that's for sure. Rusty Matei joining us live from the Liacouras Center this morning. Now we are going to turn things over to Waukesha Bailey, who is live in Abington outside of Governor Shapiro's home, where we've been closely following Shapiro and his whereabouts these last several days.
Well, the governor has been tight-lipped about his talks with the Harris campaign, but voters are openly expressing their opinions on a potential Harris-Shapiro ticket. Good morning, Waukesha.
Yeah, good morning, Jim, Janelle. You know, as you mentioned, we've been outside of the governor's home here in Abington all morning, and it has been very quiet. Now, we have been seeing a lot of his neighbors out and about. They're watching us. We're watching them. We're also watching the governor's house, but still no word. However, we did get a chance to catch up with him yesterday. As you can see, the governor got an early start, leaving his home early Monday morning. The Harris campaign says the vice president will announce her selection this morning, followed by a campaign video which will be released prior to her rally with her running mate at Temple University's Liacouras Center. Now, whoever Harris picks, the newly formed Democratic ticket is expected to blitz battleground states together starting today here in Philadelphia. Meanwhile, of the top finalists, Shapiro has been met with the most scrutiny. So to include his handling of the 2011 death of a Philadelphia teacher stabbed in her apartment when he was the state's attorney general, a sexual harassment complaint made against one of his former cabinet members, and his stance on the Middle East. Now, at the same time, Shapiro still has a large number of people supporting him as to the next presumptive vice president candidate.
Watched what he's done for the city, for the state, and he's terrific. I've listened to him talk. He's got a lot of spirit, and I really think he'd be great as a vice president.
I really honestly think they'll be an awesome match, and will move America forward.
I love Josh Shapiro and what he's done for the state. He's a very strong candidate. I also think Pennsylvania is a swing state, and it'll help get her the state electoral votes.
He just seems to be the best choice. He's young. He's articulate. He knows how to converse. And the other guy, the astronaut, he's okay too, but I'm going with Shapiro.
And as of now, Shapiro is one of the top three front runners. And to wrap up the governor's evening on Monday, at one point, he played basketball with his teenage son, and their pet dog stared down the media. So once again, we are outside of the governor's home, hoping to get a glimpse as to what he's up to today. A lot of excitement here in Philadelphia. And as we also know that this is going to be a very critical decision that Vice President Kamala Harris has to make. Now, you guys, since we've been out here, do you think the governor's watching us?
I think you should bring some donuts to the front door. Donuts always make me answer the door, Waukesha. Donuts.
All right, you got it.
Big jug of coffee. Thank you, my friend. We'll check in with you later. Well, Republican vice presidential nominee, Ohio Senator JD Vance, as Ross mentioned, will be in Philadelphia today. Vance will be speaking at noon at the 2300 Arena. That's in South Philly, hoping to earn some points for the Trump ticket in the Commonwealth. So it could be gridlock in and around the city today. Let's get a check now on traffic.
Chris Garrett in for Chandler with the details for us. Hey, Chris, good morning.
Good morning. And again, as you're going to be making your way down for the event tonight, you're going to see a lot of closures. The one closure we just found out is that now active is Montgomery Avenue is now closed between Broad Street and 16th Street. Again, that will be closed from now until the event is over. Also, the Liacouras Center Garage and 15th Street lots are closed as well. Again, if your car is parked in this garage or in that lot, you will not be able to move that vehicle until the event has completed. Also, if you want to take SEPTA, I would definitely do that to get into the event. Broad Street line will be seeing delays, and also there's another event going on at Link Financial Field, so keep that in mind as well. If you're making your way around the Schuylkill, we are looking at an accident off to the side on the Belmont Avenue ramp heading eastbound. Just seeing a little bit of delay, and also watch for delays still coming in on the westbound side of the Schuylkill at the Vine. That is also for a disabled vehicle. Janelle, over to you.
All right, thank you for that, Chris. Breaking overnight, a man shot and killed while driving in West Philadelphia. This happened on the 5400 block of Walnut Street, where police say a Cadillac and a Jeep were driving down the street when people in the Jeep started firing at the Cadillac. Both vehicles crashed. Officers found a man dead inside of the Cadillac. Now, in the Jeep, police found a rifle and a pistol. So far, no word about any arrest or a motive for that shooting. And now to a tragedy to report out of South Jersey, where officials say the bodies of 2 people were recovered from a lake in what appears to have been an accidental drowning. The bodies were found yesterday in Penn Bryn Lake in Winslow Township, Camden County. Police say 2 people, both in their 20s, were reported missing after they went into the water around 2:45 yesterday afternoon. After searching for nearly 3 hours, rescuers found the bodies in the lake.
Well, Philadelphia homeowners are likely going to get hit with a property tax hike. City leaders say the homeowners should get an assessment in the mail soon detailing their new home's value. Well, that value is what your taxes are based on. It's expected the people who signed up for the free homestead exemption will pay about $330 more in property taxes next year. For people who have not signed up for the exemption, the cost will be even higher.
As challenging as this moment can be, and we recognize that it can be challenging, we're going to make sure that we're communicating directly with every Philadelphia homeowner impacted by these valuations.
CBS News Philadelphia is in your corner with ways to bring down that cost. Low-income families can sign up for a tax freeze program, and all homeowners can appeal their reassessment if they do not think it reflects the real value of their property. We have a link for you to do that at cbsphiladelphia.com and guide you through the process. Some drivers will soon have to pay more to park in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Parking Authority plans to raise the cost of a yearly residential parking permit to $75. Right now, the permit is $35 a year. The PPA will also limit households to only 3 permits. The changes go into effect on September 1st.
Steep increase there.